Here's what it does. It first of all shows that you're professional because you send it punctually, it's detailed, it's confident, it's helpful. It's well edited, because it's going to be short. It has 0 grammar mistakes. God knows, certainly not a spelling mistake or anything like that. And it reminds them of who you are because it will arrive. Even if it's an email, they'll probably get it at a point when they're then sitting back down with the stack of interview notes. And what you're doing is you're calling yourself to mind to them. Like, oh yeah, that's the, oh yeah. And then you're getting your stuff fished out first, because now you've just caught them at that strategic moment when they're sitting back down with the stack. But the primary goal is it just shows that you know how the game is played. You know how professional connections are made, established, and maintained. So this is the way you do it. You know, dear so-and-so has a salutation, and then the first paragraph, you simply remind them of who you were, not your name. You don't say, hi, once again, my name is Joe Schmo. No, you remind them of who you were. You refresh their memory of where the meeting was, what you talked about. You remind them of one specific thing that you talked about in your interview with them and connect it back to why you want the opportunity. Like this. Dear Miss Pandora, thank you for taking the time to interview me at the Texas Tech campus on Monday, January 29th for the open entry-level designer position. This is exactly where we were. This is when. This was the interview opening. Okay? That clearly reminds them of who were you? Oh yeah, you were that person that one of the people I talked to at Texas Tech campus. Okay. That's good. I especially enjoyed our discussion about proper ductwork dimensions. Oh yeah, you were the ductwork person. Now I remember our conversation. That's something specific that we talked about. Now I remember you. It is this kind of attention to detail that makes Zortron Industries a leader in the field of evil genius headquarters construction. Oh yeah, you were the person that really got all amped up about the, oh yeah. Oh, I think I'm going to look at your CV. See, then they go hunting for your stuff. This is just one of the reasons I'm eager to work with your design firm. That's it. That's the paragraph. That's it. That's all you do. You do not ever turn your thank you note into job letter number 2. That's not its goal. Its goal is to, oh yeah, that's who you, oh yeah, oh, right. Huh, right, that's personal. Reminds them of who you are and shows that you know how the game is played. There you go. And then, last paragraph, it's a call to action. Thanks again for considering me for the position. I hope to hear from you by the beginning of March. Okay? Usually, the action item after an interview is you're waiting for them to get in touch with you. Okay? But do not do this. This is the way most, like 19 out of 20, thank you notes will end. Thank you again for considering me for the position. That's weak. And the reason why is it sounds like, thanks again for considering me for the position. And now I'm going to be by the phone 24/7. That's all I got. Oh, God, please. You don't want to give that impression. Remember my appealing to a recruiter, appealing to people evaluating for a job opening is like dating analogy, right? Be a confident dater. Don't be the, oh, I really hope I hear back from you. That's not as subtly attractive as this. Let's say it's February 10th. That's when the interview was, and well, you can reasonably assume that they'll, or even better, at the end of the interview, as like you're closing the meeting, say, hey, it's been really great. I've really enjoyed this interview. It's really great talking to you. I've learned a lot about your company. If I can just ask, because I got some other possibilities in the works, when do you think I could be hearing back from you, one way or the other? Get a time frame from them, if you can do that and all politely. But even if you can't do that, just use common sense. And so it's this. thank you again for considering for a position. I hope to hear back from you by the beginning of March. Okay? I'm like milk. I have an expiration date. The reason why is because I've got other stuff going on. You know, hey, it's been a really great experience. I really enjoyed this date/interview. It'd be great to hear back from you. But, you know, if you want to do this again, if you think there's a possibility here, I would need to hear back, hopefully by the end of this week. Because, you know, I'm going to Bonnaroo, I've got this other thing going on. Right? Subtly more attractive candidate, really. So be that person. Okay? It's subtle, but it works. And that's it. You know, the rest of this, I mean, that's it. That's the thank you letter. Now, here's the thing. For this project that you folks are doing, for this class experience, I'm asking folks to imagine that their industry, their opportunity, the organization that you would have the interview with, whatever that organization is, I'm asking you to imagine that it makes the most sense to send a hard copy business letter, formatted thank you letter, for two reasons. First of all, I need you folks to perform to show that you understand how to format a business letter. That's for the English 2311 Common Syllabus. You know, I need you to show that skill. So I take this as the opportunity to do that. So for the checklist, I'm assuming that your thank you letter is going to be in the form of a business letter, because if it isn't, you're going to lose some points on the checklist items. Now, the second reason why I want folks to create a business letter for the thank you note is because it will force you to confront a design conundrum. The body is going to be really short, because we just saw you're only doing two very simple things in 2 paragraphs, and that's it. And so even with the header and the footer stuff that a business letter has, you're going to, if you just mindlessly put just one space in between everything, you're going to end up with a business letter where you've got this much white space, and that's going to look stupid when you look at it on a page printed out. So if you send it to somebody that way, they're going to be like, what? So you're going to need to figure out a way to format it so that it makes attractive use of white space. So it looks balanced, so it's readable, so it looks like you put some thought into how you formatted it. And you made some formatting decisions for helpful reasons. If nothing else, to just make it look balanced. Okay. And this is an example of a formally formatted, formal business letter that I think makes fairly good use of white space. There's maybe some different things they could do. They might have, for this example, it might have been a good thing to choose perhaps a larger font size, maybe even up to 14, because they got so much space. Right? But anyway, so does anybody have any questions about thank you notes, thank you letters, what they do?